And we're live. Let's go, man. We are officially live, guys. Okay. Monday Night Raw. We have a stacked night today. Let's see. We got so many things happening tonight. That Elimination Chamber, I'm still getting over it, man. It's crazy. The Rock, Travis Scott, Cody Rhodes. I thought Cody Rhodes was going to join heel this whole time. I was not expecting Cena's heel turn at all. I mean, it just didn't make sense. Like with Cena being on his final run, I just thought like Cena was always one of those people, one of those wrestlers that like you hated. He was like Hogan in a way. Like everybody loved him at first, but then some people hated him, some people loved him. People like were 50-50. Um, but I was just like, man, so many things are just happening right now in wrestling. Um, I just thought the possibility of seeing Cena being heel was just not there because it was the last year. Nobody was going to boo him. He was too much of like a merchandise seller. But Triple H is cooking, man. These storylines are getting good. I've been saying this since 2020. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan. So, yeah, okay. What's up, guys? What's up? There's in Madison Square Garden. We got EO Sky. Okay. Dude, that was crazy. The fact that they pulled that trigger to like make her champion. I love this era already. Like the fact that everybody expected, Rhea Ripley to retain, but the fact that they're giving us those surprise moments is like what makes wrestling that like anything can happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be at a pay-per-view. So it feels good, man, that they're giving us those moments. The only thing I hate about Netflix, like the fact is like sometimes the stream quality sucks. Like sometimes, but that's streaming for you. I mean, there's always going to be bad stuff, like from a technical side, but is that sometimes from what I've seen, like Santi and stuff and other streamers, when they stream it from other countries. So in the United States on commercial break, they like the rest do promos that us in America we cannot see. But if you're like watching Netflix all the way from Canada or something like that, it's just like they give them the promos, but us as Americans we can't see it. Ooh, we're starting to hop. Main event, Jey Uso. Ooh, yeah. Hey, I'm Yeet Man all day, man. You got to follow the Yeet Man. Jey Uso has like, dude, he has like that Jeff Hardy feel to it. Like his career is similar to Jeff Hardy. Yeah, like he was in a tag team with his brother. You got to do the Yeet. It's Yeet all day, baby. He's winning that title. WrestleMania night one for sure. They're gonna have him night one versus Gunther. He's gonna be walking out that stadium as the world champion, no doubt. They're gonna give him that moment. That whole stadium gonna be shook. Me Oos, day one is. It's so legendary. How do I watch Raw? It's on Netflix, man. I'm actually watching it on Netflix, like streaming it like live. Um, the only thing is like I can't show it because WWE will take it down. So this is just like a watch along. Like WWE feels different. If you like these past, I want to say these past like 2 years. Ooh, we got Andrew Schultz. Okay. I mean, they're in New York, so I figured there's gonna be some people. Andrew Schultz. We got Mr. Flagrant in the building. Day one ish. If you ever go to a wrestling event and you get the chance to experience a Jay Uso entrance, it's like it'll hype you up. You'll be tired for like 7 minutes straight, but it's good. It's fun. Hope you all doing all right. We over here yeeting. But nah, man. I mean, the talk of the town was like everything with Cena. I mean, Elimination Chamber was like so good. That was like one of the best pay-per-views I've ever seen that like throughout the whole entire night was peak cinema. Like storyline, every match had a purpose. They told a story. Man, I got a question from Mills. Who's my top 5 favorite wrestlers right now? Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, right now, first off, I gotta go with the OTC Tribal Chief. That's my number one. Um, man, it's so hard. I have so many. CM Punk. I love CM Punk. I want to see him main event the WrestleMania, hopefully one of these years. Um, I love LA Knight. LA Knight is underrated. I feel like they need to put him in the main event. Um, Cody Rhodes. And this one's gonna be this is not all WWE, but I was a huge fan of Penta since Lucha Underground, so I have to go with Penta. So it's Roman, Cody, LA Knight. I had a brain fart. I forgot who the other person is. Um, Penta. So it's Roman. I can't think right now. So it's for sure Roman. It's for sure. It's for sure Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, and Penta. Those are my favorite wrestlers right now. I literally don't understand the hate that people have been giving Jay Uso. You know, people have been giving Jay Uso a lot of hate about like the fact that he won the Royal Rumble. I thought it was good that he won it. Like it wasn't predictable at all. Like John Cena, like winning it was predictable. I'm glad that they didn't let Cena win. I mean, I wanted Cena to win. I was rooting for him to win, but I'm happy that Jay won because it was unexpected. But so was the Cena like turning heel moment was unexpected. Like, you know, I gotta check out the live stream to see if it's good. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but ooh, Grayson Waller. They need to split Grayson Waller with Austin Theory. I mean, they're kind of like squash guys where like you just put them in with like filler matches. You need somebody to like, get over before like a match or something. Austin Theory, man, he kind of fell out. I mean, the fact that he went from like United States champion to like beating John Cena to like being kind of in the lower card with Grayson Waller, they need to split him up. Yeah. Mm. The yeet movement is real. That's right, Pat. This is crazy. The fact that Andrew Schultz. I love I love it when wrestlers trash talk. It's going on commercial break right now. But so one of the things is I want to talk to you guys about is what made me a wrestling fan to begin with. So I've been a fan for 17 years. Honestly, since I was like it's been something that I grew up with like my whole life, and that was because of my brother. So for those of you guys that have siblings, um, especially like if you're like, if you have like a big brother or something like that, you want to be like your big brother. The little brother always wants to be like their big brother. And so my brother, he was born in the, 86. He lived to like during the Attitude Era. Like he got to witness it in his childhood, like the Attitude Era. And that's what he grew up on. So like he got to see like honestly the best wrestling. The Attitude Era is the best era in wrestling, and so he's been a fan of WWE because of the Attitude Era. His favorite was Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But when I came into the picture in 2003, my brother would constantly rent, DVDs back then. We didn't really have a lot of money. We couldn't really like go to any shows, but we would always rent out like the pay-per-views, like the VHS tapes from like Blockbuster, Video Depot, whatever video rental store we had at our disposal. And so he would always get them. And I remember the first wrestling match that he put on was Rob Van Dam versus John Cena at One Night Stand. I believe that was 2006, but that was the night that Rob Van Dam won the title from John Cena. And I remember just being a kid. I was like 3 years old. I was watching the screen, and if you guys know that match, the crowd was livid. They were like hating on John Cena, which was crazy because he was such a baby face there in that time. And so like him going, into that, I just remember being a kid and like hearing like so much yelling, this and that. And I was just like, man, like, what is going on? What is all this ruckus? And then I saw them like just like wrestling and doing all the moves. Like RVD was so cool. And I mean, he still is cool, but I just remember like just getting hooked because these two guys, they were telling a story. Like even at 3 years old, I was like, man, they're telling a story. And I just remember like my earliest moment was watching that match with my brother at like 3 years old, and I've been a fan ever since. So my brother, rest in peace to him. I'm a huge wrestling fan because of him, and I think that's the one thing is he's no longer with us, but I think that's the one thing that he left me with is is my love for professional wrestling because you know because of him, uh it's like the one thing like we bonded over like growing up. So it's okay. Sorry, I'm like trying to speak in like no, but no, but yeah. So I feel like when I'm not, like me being a fan is like it's helping like remember him because like it's one of those things that you bond over with. There's like things that you do with people that you just associate with. So it's like we would watch wrestling a lot. So I'm literally a fan because of him. And so with that, I'm keeping my brother's memories alive. You already know Jay Uso's gonna win. Yeet. Hey, but somebody that's like on the come up that's like part of the Anoa'i Samoan family is Zilla Fatu, man. Zilla Fatu is the son of Umaga. He is like an up and coming wrestler from the same Anoa'i family. He's training right now with Booker T under Reality of Wrestling. The guy has like he has that it factor. He still needs to improve in some ways, but I give him 2 years, we might see him in WWE. So my prediction is that he might, within 2 years, he might be in the WWE umbrella. Whatever that looks like, I don't know, but he's gonna join cousins, his 97 cousins. And just like that, Mr. Yeet Man. What? Theory, you don't want none of that. Test, test, test. Let's go. Hey, okay. I was so happy about that. You guys can actually hear me. I wasn't sure. Yo, okay. Jay Uso, okay, with the spear. Uso splash. Gunther, what for the second night in a row? Man, Gunther has him right now in a chokehold. Gonna put him to sleep. Gunther's been attacking Jay for like the longest time. Like every chance he gets, he's just like squashing him. Gunther. So my prediction for WrestleMania 41 is that in the main event between Gunther versus Jay Uso, my pick is Jay Uso in that match. He's going to be taking over. I think that Gunther's run has been a little bit underwhelming. That's not on Gunther. It's just the way that they've been booking him. But I think that they want to give that moment to Jay Uso just because he's so over. He's one of their top merchandise sellers. And I mean, it's going to be a good moment. I mean, for Jay Uso, he's been in the company for like 14 years on the top of this game. His run, like when I see him, I see like Jeff Hardy because he's like the resemblance of somebody that has a similar career in the fact that he was part of a tag team with his brother, went into singles and became extremely over, minus the nepotism from Jay. But you know what I mean? But I think that Jay Uso is going to take it for sure. He has to take it. They want him to be the champion, and we'll see. I mean, to be honest, I kind of feel like they cut his IC, his Intercontinental title, match a little too, his whole title run, too early. So I think they're gonna yeet all the way, and plus, just like they want to give him that moment of just like the whole stadium at the Raider Stadium just yeeting. So that's what I got to say about that. CM Punk versus. So tonight we actually have that main event as well. They're actually showing it right now. CM Punk. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I'm so sick of Seth Rollins. The fact that he's been costly. I mean, he took out the OTC, Roman Reigns, and he took out CM Punk at the Elimination Chamber. I think they're building up to a triple threat match. So with him, at least their main event today, I think Punk is probably going to get over, but I feel like there might be some interference from Roman. So they might be building it up for Mania. So I can see something happening there. Seth is just Seth Rollins. I don't know. I'm just over him right now. But in a good way. I think he needs to embrace being a heel in this. We're gonna have Cody Rhodes. We're gonna have some words from Cody Rhodes. John Cena might make an appearance. That's what I say. And then we have a tag team match between Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus The New Day. I think The New Day for sure will go over. The New Day will go over Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. And then we have a match, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. It's a tough one. My heart wants to say AJ Styles, but they might book Logan Paul to actually go over. And so we have at least 4 matches to go, or 3 matches to go, but they booked 4 for sure on the card. I'm just curious what they're gonna have Cody Rhodes, the homie Noe, CM Punk. That's right. CM Punk, baby. WWE 2K25 just came out. They're playing some sort of like trailer. They have Rhea Ripley, Rey Mysterio. It's about taxes. Oh, this is Into It, I think. There you go. I tune in for WWE, honestly, for the storylines, guys. I think like right now, like wrestling is just in it's such a hot bubble right now with everything going on. Like I heard AEW Revolution that just passed, like literally, I think it was yesterday. And I heard that was a good show. I'm keeping myself away from that show just because I know online there's a lot of spoilers, but I heard it was a good show from some friends. But right now I'm just like doing one thing at a time. AEW, one of my favorite wrestlers from AEW happens to be happens happens to be Kenny Omega. I hope one day we will see Kenny Omega in WWE somehow, maybe through like some sort of like crossover. Maybe he like comes over to WWE, makes some sort of appearance. I just think that Kenny Omega is so good. He understands wrestling psychology. He knows how to cut a promo, and he's just good in the ring right now. Even though he's like kind of like close to the end of his career, I do want to see like a dream match between him and Randy Orton. Him and Randy would just take it. Push it real slow. Right now, one of my women. So right now, one of my women's, one of my favorite women's wrestlers right now happens to be Toni Storm. She's an amazing character. She took her shoot personality, just she reinvented herself from like being like some sort of like rocker chick, punk rock chick, to actually being a character like a Marilyn Monroe esque, timeless, you know, Hollywood actress from like the 40s, like character, and she's just like took that ball and went home. I recently saw Queen of the Ring, where she actually made an appearance in, and it was really good. Her That movie was really good. I feel like, to me, it's one of the best movies right now. Does it go over Iron Claw? No, but it's as good. Iron Claw like makes you cry, but this one was like really good, where it was like really inspiring and motivating. So, for those of you guys who haven't seen Queen of the Ring, it's in like select theaters. Like not all movie theaters are gonna have it, but if you ever get the chance to watch it, watch it. It's really good. They had like so many callbacks. They had like so many callbacks to like different historical moments. They had Vince McMahon's dad actually, when they were like in the territories and stuff like that, and they broke down like wrestling lingo, like they explained what kayfabe was, and they had they had I thought what was so cool was May Young. May Young, when I would watch her, she was like already old. Like I remember her. One of my moments of like May Young was like she was like this old lady. She was doing segments with like Mark Henry, who went by like Sexual Chocolate. Yes, that's what they called him. And she took this crazy like Dudley power bomb from like Bubba Ray through like these tables off the stage. I was just like, bro, they killed her, but she was good. Logan Paul. Logan Paul is coming out. I find it so crazy that like out of all people, like Logan Paul actually became a wrestler. But I feel like he gets it. I don't really like his podcast like too much. Like I didn't start watching it until he started like bringing out like the WWE guests. Like once he started like doing podcasts with like wrestlers, that's when I started tuning into it. And I think that's kind of like what influenced him to kind of get into wrestling, because he was like always in proximity of those guys. Like you got Roman, you got Triple H, you got Rey Mysterio, he got, Shawn Michaels. Oh, he ripped somebody's shirt. That had to be a plant. Shout out to Anthony. I'm Anthony. He actually made a clip on Instagram where he took his Polaroid camera and he was like trying to snap a photo of him at the Royal Rumble, but he actually Logan Paul like snatched it when he was coming out, and he got his Polaroid smashed by Logan Paul, which was fucked up. I don't think Logan Paul can ever be a babyface. The crowd just hates him. Y'all have every right to hate him. Oh man. Boo. You not on his level, homie. We don't care, man. We don't care. Damn. Damn, he hit him with that line. Ah, he's sucking up to the Rock. He shouts out Andrew Schultz. Oh, he's pandering. He's pandering. What? He's just watching the show, man. There you go. There you go. There we go. Yes. I'm surprised Akash is not there. There we go. Not even Cleveland likes him. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, phenomenal one. AJ Styles, man. Yo, what? Nah. Nah, don't. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. Make the save. Make the save. There we go. That's so cool that they've added him into the segment. Oh, 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 combo. Let's go. Schultz, you gotta hit him or something, man. You gotta get your get back. Oh, oh. You're not gonna hit it. Oh, he actually hit it. I thought they were gonna save that for their match. There we go. There we go. I hope to see AJ Styles with some sort of title run before he retires, man. He's just too good. What's AJ got to say? Oh man, that must feel so good. He deserves it. He's walking away. Damn. He's walking. He's walking. Woo! That's so cool that they added Andrew Schultz, man. That must feel so cool that they added him into a segment. Oh, he gonna hit a little pose. That's so cool, man. He also like sold out Madison Square Garden too with one of his show with that one show. AJ Styles is so good. I remember like my first match watching him was it had to be that one match. Ah man, there's so many matches between them, but it was with Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. I forget the year, but it was Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles, and they had like such a crazy match. That one match between that everybody talks about between Samoa Joe for the X Division title on TNA, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, guys, like AJ Styles in his prime, like in his like early like years in TNA was like goaded. I remember discovering AJ Styles though, because of Jeff Hardy. So I was a huge Jeff Hardy fan growing up. I would always watch Jeff Hardy. I remembered when he left WWE, I was like so curious, like like what happened to Jeff Hardy? Because like after he had a match with CM Punk in a steel cage match, I was like, whatever happened to Jeff Hardy? You know, because I was like a huge Jeff Hardy fan. He ended up leaving WWE because of like he had a bad issue with like drugs and alcohol. But after I was like curious, like what happened to Jeff Hardy? I remember around that time I was like 7 years old, and he had debuted in TNA, and I was like, well, what's TNA? And being a kid growing up, with internet, I looked up and I was like introduced to this whole other world of professional wrestling. I was like, what? Like, there's other wrestling companies than just like WCW and WWE, because as a kid, that's all I knew, but I didn't know that there was like indies or anything like that. And TNA, man, like it was that time where Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff were taking over TNA. It wasn't really the prime years of TNA, but it was still TNA. And man, like I remember like looking at the matches, like when I saw Kurt Angle was in TNA, I was like, okay, like there's something to this, man. When I think of TNA, I think of Jeff Hardy because he was my introduction to TNA. I feel like Jeff Hardy has had a better career in TNA, like as a single star wise in TNA than in WWE, but that's just because he's had more time. Uh, as a tag team, WWE all the way. But when I think of TNA, it's Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Who else? That's like my top four like favorite wrestlers in TNA was that was Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle, um, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I don't think I have a fifth one. Maybe somebody like I'm trying to think. Bobby Roode, New Day. I hope we actually get to see Big E return. Like they do some sort of angle where like he actually makes a comeback and goes against them. I mean, it's not easy for like Big E to like return, but I think it's gonna happen. Maybe one of these days. I feel like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh man. Ooh yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage. The Electric State. These commercials be weird. Okay. Oh man. New York, man. I've actually been to New York. New York was fun. Um, very different, very cold. I'm used to like the desert and everything like that, but I like when you go to New York, it's just like, man, like you see the hustle and bustle. Everybody's like, the sidewalks are huge. I remember like I specifically went to Manhattan. I actually walked around Madison Square Garden. Didn't go inside of it, but just walked around it. And I was like, man, like their sidewalks are huge. Um, and I never saw a gas station. I don't think I ever saw a gas station ever like being I really went there for like I want to say like 3 days, 2 days, but I never saw a gas station there. I was like, man, like where are all the gas stations? Oh man. My dream is to go to a WrestleMania. I feel like I've gone to a wrestling show. I've gone to a Raw. I've gone to a SmackDown. I want to be able to go to a WrestleMania, for sure, an Elimination Chamber and a Royal Rumble. Um, man, there's like just any pay per view. I feel like any pay per view, but at least like those or a SummerSlam too. I'm very curious what they're gonna do with Rhea Ripley. Like, are they gonna make her go into like this identity crisis arc where she's like trying to find out who she is without like kind of a champion, kind of like what they're doing with Cena, or if they're gonna like make her go into like kind of like a heel persona for a little bit, kind of get her edge back a little bit. Um, it's just crazy, like her losing the dropping the title to Io Sky like that last Monday Night Raw was crazy. But like as fans, that's what we live for. We live for those moments, those unexpected moments. Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble instead of Cena. Cena being a heel out of nowhere, where like we thought like he was forever gonna be Super Cena, Superman to the Make a Wish kids, to everybody preaching hustle, loyalty, respect. But that swerve, man, when they pull that rug, just when you think we understand where they're going, but they give us those swerves. That's what I live for. Like the Shield, man. Like one of the greatest heel turns too was the Shield. I loved the Shield. I remember seeing the Shield just coming up as three guys, and then I'll never forget. That's why I hate Seth Rollins, because he's turned his back on Roman Reigns. I hope that they do some sort of like long term story arc with that a little bit. They kind of like bring it up, like, hey, like I became this tribal chief character that you hate because you stabbed me in the back. I mean, you stabbed Dean Ambrose in the back. You stabbed, um, Roman in the back. And so he became the tribal chief. You know what I mean? So if you think about it, Seth is the root cause of everything. Do I think do I think Io Sky will retain the title at WrestleMania? That's a good question. Man, I don't know, man. I want to say yes, but I feel like they might give it to Bianca Belair. So I'm gonna go with they might give it to Bianca Belair. I think Bianca is like really good. She's like super talented, and she already became women's the SmackDown Women's Champion. I feel like they might give it to her again, but this time on the Raw brand. They're doing all these callbacks to these like old matches. This is great, man. Is that King Kong Bundy? That's Bruno San Martino. Okay. Wow, the first televised steel cage match in the guard in Madison Square Garden was in the 70s. That's crazy, guys. It's interesting to see like the growth of wrestling because of television. It just shows like how even though like wrestling is like this like neat niche interest, it's always been part of the culture. Obafemi, okay. 619, baby. 619. We got Rey Mysterio. Let's go. Dude, for like Rey Mysterio to like still be going at it, man, he's crazy. Like he still moves like he's like never lost it, man. He's never lost a step. It's really inspiring to see like how some of these wrestlers they like wrestled like through their like 40s and stuff like that and still look like in great shape. Bray was one of them. Like he looked better. Edge, another two. Like some of these guys were just not like, you know, not that they didn't never look good, but it's just like they became more improved and like just better in better shape. Like Edge was never like a body guy, but like when he returned in that Royal Rumble, like after the neck injury and everything like that, was it 21? I think it was. Man, I forget. I think it was 2019. It had to be no, it had to be 2020. It had to be 2020. He came back and he was like, dude, he was shredded. He had like abs for the first time. But like he looked better. Like I'm swear, like there's these legends, man. They're getting in good shape, man. It's inspiring to see because it's like, man, these guys literally put their bodies through everything and they still find ways to get better, man. I hope they do a story. I hope they ever do it like a storyline with Penta and Ray. I know that they kind of had that moment in the Royal Rumble, but I still want them to actually have like some sort of program where like Penta is like this dark supernatural heel, kind of like in Lucha Underground, because he can pull it off. Like he can pull off like that scary look, but he's also very charismatic. You know what I mean? So he can make it look cool and then like Rey Mysterio being the baby face. That'd be so cool. I mean, they kind of had that again, like in Lucha Underground, but it just like in a WWE esque way. For some people that don't know about Penta, he actually is in a he actually has a brother named Rey Fenix who's also a wrestler. They're a tag team called the Lucha Brothers. They prior to Penta being signed to WWE, he was actually in AEW where he wrestled with his brother, but they had issues with AEW. They weren't happy. Um it happens, but that's the beauty about wrestling today is that wrestlers have options to leave, if they're not being utilized in one promotion, they can, if they have higher stock, like if you're in WWE, that's like the highest you can go. But if you're coming from like WWE, you can like make money off the indies as well. Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, he did that when he was fired from WWE. He made his name value through the independents, and he's actually making more money working the independents than he ever did in WWE, which is crazy. Some people say Dragon Lee fell off. I don't know. I never really saw hype behind him. We want tables. I got excited for the LWO when they first came out. I thought they were gonna bring back Conan. Oh, what are they gonna do? Oh no! Oh man, they're gonna do a clothesline. Like, what were they gonna do? I think it's so cool that that both Xavier Woods and Kofi, like they have like that M from Dragon Ball. Forget what it's called, but it's like a mark where like you become evil. Oh, 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 oh. And we're on commercial break. I did not expect them to like have Andrew Schultz in the audience, to be honest, guys. I had no expectation. I thought it was like out of all the, celebrities, maybe we might, who's in New York? I thought maybe somebody else, but I was not expecting like Andrew Schultz to be in the crowd. But man, what a moment for Andrew Schultz, man. Like, I mean, I don't know, man, but let's if we're talking about celebrities, let's talk about Travis Scott because recently in that spot that he had with Cody Rhodes, he actually when he slapped Cody Rhodes, he actually like damaged his eardrum. And maybe there's like some damage, but I'm just like, man, looking back at that moment, I was so confused why Travis Scott came out to begin with because like we saw Travis Scott come out in the Netflix premiere with Jey Uso, and then we're like, cool. But when Travis Scott came out, it was like, what was he gonna do? And when they had him, like, I feel like he took away from that moment where like John Cena was being heel because like he grabbed Cody like from one arm. I thought they were gonna like 4-point him where like Travis was gonna get both arms, but he only got one. He picked him up only like to bring him down. Like, what was Travis doing? I feel like Travis really like distracted from that moment. It kind of like broke the tension a little bit, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not mad at like, Travis being there. I just think that like he needs to do what Logan Paul did and kind of train to learn the business instead of just being like, hey, I'm ultra famous and rich, guys. Like, I'm married to a Jenner. So it's like, hey, I can do what I want. Like, because when you put them in the ring with your WWE's top, star, which is, the champion, where like he injures him, it's like, dude, like you put your champion at risk. Like, why do that? You know what I mean? So I just think that when it comes down to celebrities, like Bad Bunny is a proper example. Like before he got into the ring, he put in the effort to learn the craft, learn how to, or like work with somebody that is like, very experienced, like Damian Priest. So I just think that Travis, I feel like he just needs to be like a side character or like a manager, maybe if he's gonna have a more active role. But that's just my 2 cents on that. I just thought that whole Travis Scott uh you know moment was just it kind of distracted, but that's more on WWE's fault. I just think whoever had Travis do whatever he wants long term, man, you can't do that because that's like putting your main champion at risk. Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, literally, I feel like Penta has that following, that that run, what they were trying to do with Dragon Lee. I think that's what they're doing with Penta. With all the luchadors that they have, it's only a matter of time that they do some sort of PLE in Mexico. Like once they do that, it's gonna be the most legendary show. I might be biased because I'm Mexican, but ooh, dude, that was crazy. He jumped and like did the Hurricanrana from the other rope. It's not gonna. These luchadors, man. Oh, that stomp. Oh, what? The table didn't even break. I mean, it broke, but like, dude, he didn't even go through it. That was such a weak spot, man. Oh! Oh! Wow. I get goosebumps, guys. When I'm seeing like my favorite wrestlers growing up, I don't know what it is. I just get goosebumps. 619! 619! He's gonna hit it! He's gonna hit it! 619! He's gonna go for the splash. Oh, what? What? Let's go! He got the save! He got the save! Super kick! Okay, he gonna fly? Dragon Lee gonna fly? Oh! What is that? What's that? Try to get American Alpha? I mean, who's that? That's Chad Gable or one of the Creed brothers. That has to be Chad Gable. Gracias. That is the most gringo Spanish I've ever heard. This man took one trip to Cancun and is like, I'm fluent in Spanish. Gracias. You know, Woods did not go through that table. He's so selling it, man. Oh man, that had to be like one of the most weak spots ever. Yep, yep. They're going for the finisher. Midnight hour. It's over. Oh, 1, 2, 3. New Day wins. That had to be Chad Gable. Nobody does a suplex like that unless it's Chad Gable. Some people are saying that Chad Gable is like they might bring Dario Cueto from Lucha Underground, like he might come out, or maybe it's Chavo. I mean, there's theories, you know what I mean? Some people are like looking for Easter eggs in some of these promo packages, but I wouldn't mind if they bring something like a Lucha Underground back. I mean, that was a different way of like kind of appealing to that whole Lucha Libre esque, appeal. I miss Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground was the best. It was such a good like thing to watch during that time, like that 2015 through like man, when did Lucha Underground end? I think it was like 2016 or 17. Like, oh, this is the promo that they had last week. Dude, like, why did they have this Braun Breaker promo during commercial break? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Braun Breaker, let's go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He going for that spear. Oh, you got saved. I didn't watch this episode. I didn't watch this segment. Dude, Braun Breaker, I feel like I want to see a moment with him and Goldberg. Finn needs to go back to the demon, man. I'll be right back, guys. And we are back. Who's that? Peter Rosenberg? Let's go. You guys like the DX shirt? Oh, Macaulay Culkin! He's not home alone. He don't look lost in New York. Let's go. This is the second time he's been in an appearance. Cody Rhodes, it's time. We need to hear from Cody. We heard from him on SmackDown, but he might come out with, you know who, Mr. Cena. You got a lot to explain to do. Adrenaline in my soul. Do it on to get them off the feet. Damn, he got fucked up. Whoa! That pyro, man. Can't beat it. Oh. Cody's the man, guys. I'm predicting that Stone Cold is going to make an appearance at WrestleMania. He's going to be helping out Cody Rhodes. Have Stone Cold is going to have some sort of like appearance with The Rock. I know that they didn't. Everybody expected him to come out last year, but I think with this year being in Vegas and Stone Cold, his ranch is with him, with Stone Cold living in Las Vegas. I think it's only a matter of time that he has that moment with The Rock. And what better than Las Vegas? So I think they're going to give us that moment. He was supposed to come out in LA, but I think they're saving him for Mania. So I think that he's going to help. He's going to come and help out Cody Rhodes. So that's a prediction I'm making already. Could you imagine just like that moment, just like that glass breaking, that face to face with The Rock, kind of like what Undertaker did, but Stone Cold, The Rock. I just want to see him giving The Rock a stunner, man. When are they gonna make The Rock versus Cody Rhodes? I hope we get to see it, but first they got to do The Rock versus Roman. It's gonna be interesting, man. There's so much speculation right now, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. To all of those who are tuning in the stream, thank you. But yeah, guys, what a time it is to be alive and to be a wrestling fan. I'm just so excited because for the longest time I was not really outspoken about wrestling until now. And I just think that like a lot of like this whole my whole fandom of like being this quiet super fan and I'm just like exploding out. So for some of my OG followers like on Instagram is like they got to see me like just whole like rebrand and just like post like so many of these like pieces of content. Oh man, but it's who I've been, man. It's who I've been. Battleground in Tampa, dude. Stephanie Varcour and NXT is like one of my favorites, man. She has like that it factor, man. I don't know what it is about wrestling, but I always gravitate towards the dark characters, man. Undertaker, Penta from Lucha Underground. Like, I don't know. There's something about dark characters that just catches my Kane, you know? They're in Madison Square Garden. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish that they kind of did WrestleMania somewhere else other than Louisiana, just because I don't know. I mean, they kind of did it relatively close to somewhere. I was hoping maybe they would have done it in Chicago, just because like the crowd would have been insane. But dude, Cena versus Cody, man. They have his frowning face, man. That's crazy. Let's hear it from Cody. Woo! I mean, I'm not in New York, but you already know he's gonna ask, "What do you want to talk about?" You know what we want to talk about. We want to talk about what you're gonna do to Cody. I mean, what you gonna do to Cena and The Rock. Some people are saying that Cena might go bald. Shout out to the homie Noe. He said he said that Cena finna go bald. I'm like, if you know, he gonna do those Mr. Clean commercials. Madison Square Garden. Guys, I'm getting like goosebumps already, man. I get goosebumps whenever I like watch wrestling for like moments like this. Like whenever I see these stars, like, oh, what? When are we gonna see Cena, man? We need to see a heel promo from Cena. Travieso Scott. Damn, what a callback. Cena tore his pec at The Garden. I had no idea that was the. I had no idea that was the venue. That's a shot. Cena sucks. Cena sucks. I chant both. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Cena's not even, dude. He's so over, man. He's not even there, and they're chanting his name. It's like CM Punk. It sounds like they're booing him. Isn't that like the discipline? Isn't that like the definition of discipline? Cody's so good at these promos, man. Like he's so believable, and like I just love that he adds passion to what he says. Ooh. Damn, that stadium is packed. He's talking about stats. Oh. He said, I am the captain now. Cody Raheem Rhodes. That's what they be calling him on Reddit. They be making like I swear, man. I don't know. Maybe I was just overthinking it as a fan, but they had me believe that he was gonna turn heel because he's be wearing some of these suits with these dark colors, and like Cody with the blonde hair. Like, oh, okay. We got Raquel. We got Liv. We got Bailey. This is a number one contenders match for the Internet IC title. I think Bailey's gonna go over. I think Bailey's gonna go over. But what a run Liv Morgan has had for like that whole year. Like she won the title. She won at like Saudi Arabia. She was like the MVP of 2024. People hated her maybe because she was annoying, but I think she played her role pretty good. I mean, she stole Rhea Ripley's man from her. And she got her revenge. won at Saudi Arabia, made like probably a lot of money, and like had an incredible run as a women's champion. I mean, for a girl that was underlooked and kind of had to like, scratch and claw from her, from how she came up in NXT, she the GOAT, man, for the females division. Io Sky has the title on Raw, and then Tiffy also has it. Dude, Tiffy, I hope Tiffy doesn't lose the title to Charlotte. I know it's a common Santi. Shout out to Santi Zap. He always makes the prediction that like whenever Charlotte Flair comes back from an injury, she always wins a championship. Always. It's like it's like there's three certain things to life, death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair winning a title from coming back from an injury. So I hope that's not the case because Tiffany Stratton, I feel like that needs to be a moment where Charlotte passes a Flair. Will it happen? Probably not. My gut's telling me no, but I'm still betting that Tiffany Stratton is probably going to go over. If it doesn't happen, I'm already prepping for it just because it's Charlotte Flair. But I just think that Tiffany Stratton shouldn't drop the title to Charlotte Flair. I don't think so. Tiffany Stratton has to be like my favorite female women's wrestler right now, next to Asuka and Bianca Belair. I think those three girls and Bailey too, man. Like the women's division is like so stacked in WWE. It's like it's crazy. Stephanie McMahon and NXT as well. She's so good. Julia's pretty good too. Um, Tony Storm in AEW is just doing such good work. Jade Cargill, she looks impressive like physically wise, but I can't really say I have a good favorite Jade match. She just has that star power. I think that's what she has going for her. WWE is just killing it with all this content. Like they're doing like all these like shows and like all these like docu-series like Superstar Sunday, LFG. They're doing all these documentaries on each like wrestler like that used to be like a legend like Mick Foley and stuff like that. They've just been coming out with so much content. It's like hard to keep up with. I mean, wrestling in general is hard to keep up with as it is. So we got Mills telling us that his favorite is top five favorite superstars are Bianca Belair. I can see that. Respect it. We got Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, Braun Breaker. Okay, that's solid. And we got Liv Morgan. Okay, I respect that. And we got Jimmy Uso. Gunther up there too, but they haven't let him be a great champion that he should be. Yeah, I feel like his time, like he had a better reign as the Intercontinental Champion than he did like being in the World Champion. But that's not on him though. It's like it's just the way that they be booking him. Alian. Who's that? Who's that? Selling the City Cast. Rich the Kid. Okay. Amanda Serrano. Let's go. It's about these shows is like you never know who's gonna like be out like be in these events like celebrity wise. Dude, they're promoting wrestling is real merch like Travis Scott, man. I love what Travis is doing with wrestling, man. Like, you could say what you want about him, of like him being a celebrity, and I get all the hate from like traditionalists, but I just think that with the platform that he has, the fact that he's like, bringing more eyes to wrestling, I see the good in it. To me, it's just like I just wish they would have, you know, handled that whole situation better. Wow, so they're actually going to be doing a whole moment together in next Monday, Cena and Cody. They're going to be in Germany, and the show's going to start a lot earlier. So Pacific time is going to happen at 3. So stream might start a little earlier. We got Bailey, the role model, coming out. I've always been a Bailey fan, man. Ever since like her days in NXT, like her being the hugger and everything like that. My favorite match had to be that first match with her and Sasha Banks, NXT Takeover Brooklyn, the first one. The third one was a classic, but that first, Sasha Bailey match at that first at that Takeover was crazy. Like that was such a good match, just like emotionally, and just had like just they both played their parts really good. Bailey's like was such a good like baby face, and like Sasha was just good at being like, the bitchy heel. Some people say that like Mercedes Monet or like Sasha Banks really hasn't really developed at all as like a wrestler, like in regards to like character wise. And I can see that. It's just like she's kind of like not really stepped away from like that, evolved her character too much. I feel like she's always been the same. A little more flashy now that she's like Mercedes Monet. She has that Tony Khan money, but she hasn't really evolved much. I feel like Bailey has. She's kind of really like, she's been the heel, baby face. She's been a heel. I got Bailey winning this match. I got Bailey winning. I'm telling you guys, with all these like Latinas that they have in WWE right now, it's only a matter of time that they do some sort of PLE in Mexico, like Mexico City. That happens. It's gonna be like one of the best. I feel like WWE's best PLEs are like whenever they do it in like some sort of foreign country because of the crowd. The crowd, like backlash in France, like that was crazy. Like we had that Jey Uso moment with the fans like doing the whole yee with the light and just being crazy, and like even them just like chanting AJ Styles. Like it's just whenever, you know, it's just the crowds like in other places like in Europe and stuff like that, they're just so passionate. And that's what wrestling's about, you know what I mean? It's like that crowd participation. And they're used to it, because like soccer and football, like, going for an arm drag. Okay. I hope they break up like the Judgment Day though. Like I just think for Finn Balor, like he's lost so much credibility. I love Finn Balor, and I just hate what they've done with him. Like they literally like he has no credibility. Like every match where he's like competing for a title, it's like he has like title matches, title opportunities, but he doesn't win. Like that one time that he had a match with Seth Rollins to be like the number one. That's that whole rivalry. I thought Finn was gonna win, but he ended up not winning. And so it's like those big moments. Like he wins, they set him up to like kind of, be a contender, but they don't move him up outside of like the upper mid card kind of. I feel like he needs to like kind of revert back, leave the Judgment Day, and they need to revive the demon persona again. They just ruined it with that one Extreme Rules match with Roman. Like the fact that they made him lose as the demon killed like the whole mystique, because the whole aspect of like his demon persona when he put the paint on, it was like he was for sure like that was his ace, that he was gonna be like an Undertaker s character and he was gonna win no matter what. Like the Undertaker at WrestleMania. For over 20 years he won, except for Brock Lesnar. The the streak should have never won. The streak should have never been broken, in my opinion. I feel like Brock Lesnar did not need to do. I feel like for what the Undertaker did for professional wrestling, he did not deserve to retire with the streak broken. I feel like it should have just been one of those things where no matter what, he should have like retired with the streak like going on. I think that would have been better for his legacy. The fact that, Roman beat him, Brock beat him, I feel like there could have been better ways to kind of build them. And I mean, it was a different time. I mean, we know Vince was the one that was kind of like running things, but I just think like, man, like for something that will never be replicated ever again. Brock already had credibility from the beginning. Like he was a big dude. He was like legit like an NCAA wrestler. He dominated in the UFC. I mean, he like didn't really lose all that much. And he was already like the guy had the physique. Like the guy was like legit. Like I don't think he needed to. I just think, man, like they did the Undertaker dirty, man. The streak should have never been broken, but it did give us that moment of like, wow, like nobody reacted. It was a shock moment. Every like when you go back and you watch that moment of like the everybody like seeing the Undertaker like lose, nobody reacted because it was like one of those things we just didn't believe. We thought the Undertaker was never gonna lose, and he lost. Is that better? I feel like looking back, it was not a good call. They should have just let him retire. But let me know what you guys think. You guys think the Undertaker should have retired with the streak? I don't know. I think I think I think he didn't. Um, who are my favorite tag teams? Favorite tag teams has to be Hardy Boys. Top five. My top five favorite tag teams of all time. Favorite tag teams of all time are the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys in second. Second has to be Beer Money from TNA. They were great. Look them up. Um, man, I really have to think about this. There's other two tag team champions. Man. Oh, Penta and Phoenix. And then the New Day. So those are my top five favorite tag teams. Ooh. I don't say Edge and Christian just because I feel like they were better when they were in singles. I didn't really like them when they were in the tag team. But I was biased because I was like more of a fan of like the Dudleys and the Hardys. Raquel. it's crazy to see like somebody like somebody so big like Raquel. I've been to like these shows, like these wrestlers, like they're huge in person. Like I know, like if you're used to like seeing them like on your TV or something like that, like you see that they're huge, but like in person, like no. Like when I saw Drew McIntyre at Raw, I was like, dude, like I'm sitting far away, and like this dude like looks huge. He looks like the Predator almost. Elbow drop from Bailey. I love it when wrestlers use like old moves from like older wrestlers, like how they do the elbow drop like as a callback to like Randy Savage. Bailey does it and Punk does it. Oh yeah. I also love it that like they still add them in the Slim Jim commercials. Legendary. Oh, Bailey gotta win it. Bailey gotta win it. I'm just waiting for like Liv or Dom to like interfere because you already know when the Judgment Day, they always, Rose Plant. No, y'all could send a text. Y'all could text you? No, I don't think so. I mean, I was busy. I know. Is he there? I think so. I just unloaded some shit. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We got some technical difficulties. Not really. Just let me see. All right. What's happening? What's happening? We got Bailey. Now, what? What? I thought Bailey was gonna take it. WWE be cooking, dude. What the fuck? I can't even make these calls anymore. I thought Bailey was gonna take it. Liv Morgan caught up. Okay, shenanigans. How she? Oh, oh, Tejana bomb. Okay. The fact that I predicted that Bailey was gonna win and she didn't win, I'm not even mad at this. They're actually making her legit. I'm not even mad at it. She should be winning. Chad Gable. It was you, dog. You're wearing the same hoodie. Oh, what? Somebody else is in the mask? He has the same shoes. So it wasn't Chad Gable. Okay. That was one of the Creed brothers. Nobody does a suplex like that. It had to be Chad Gable. Angel, come here. I gotta ask you a question. We got Coachella Angel in the mix. I gotta ask you, man. What do you think about Travis Scott being in wrestling?
Travis Scott being in wrestling. Well, I don't know who's gonna be fighting at WrestleMania, but I know he's gonna be performing at Coachella on Saturday, and then he's gonna be performing at WrestleMania on Sunday, probably main event. I don't know. Well, we still haven't seen him, so I think he's gonna be pretty athletic because that fool goes hard at his concert. So I'm excited for that.
It's gonna be sick, man.
So go Travis. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys are watching the stream, like that shit. I'll see you guys right now.
Let's go. Compa Angel. Subscribe to his channel for all your music festival and music related content. I just find it so crazy that they be doing these shows like WWE and UFC are like owned by the same company. Like the two biggest brands in like entertainment right now and sports entertainment. I mean, you can call UFC like sports, but I mean, it's still entertainment, but they're owned by the same company. Like, what is this? I wonder what like Shane McMahon thinks because he was like supposed to like own the company, you know, because his dad owned it. But like the fact that he kind of got outed and he wanted to invest into the UFC when it was like early. And so I just know that that dude probably has like a grudge with his dad. I know I would. Like I said, what I hate about Netflix is sometimes they be going on commercial break, but they be like leaving out like important promos, like the Braun Breaker promo, and we didn't even get to see that. Like for people in Canada, Europe, they have access to see that, but in America we don't. So I don't like that they're biased. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. I want to see them win a title. I don't know when, but they gotta win. I know Drew McIntyre won it at Mania, but let's be honest, we want to see Drew McIntyre with a world title. It's just him, LA Knight, him and LA Knight. I want to see win a title. So CM Punk, I don't want to see him win a title because we kind of got that with AEW, but I want to see him actually get his main event. LA Knight at least for sure before like he retires. Because him and AJ Styles are like around the same age, kind of like on the older side. But like LA Knight still has like LA Knight can still go. Like he proved himself during that whole feud with like Roman and everything. Like LA Knight literally had like, you know, a crowd going with him. But I feel like they, you know, they're just keeping him comfortable in that, you know, in that mid card. They gave him the United States champion, which I'm happy about, but I want to see him become a champion. I'm just biased, guys. What was my favorite Undertaker match? My favorite Undertaker match, my favorite streak match had to be him versus Batista. I genuinely thought Batista was gonna be the one to like take him out, but he didn't. So Batista versus the Undertaker was my favorite. Yeet. Washa.
So there's commercials on this?
He's watching like a Raw. It's on there.
But it has commercials?
Hey, check this out. So I have it muted because audio, you know.
All right, bro. See you.
gonna join the live stream right
I
now.
know. Me too. Let me some comments.
Hey, so you guys don't have the keys?
No.
No?
We're gonna
Okay.
bring them today now.
Okay. I'm gonna go lock in the front.
Okay.
I'll be right back, guys. It's time for the main event. Seth Rollins, Reckless Rollins versus CM Punk, Mr. Chick Magnet Punk, Mr. Main Event Punk. William Jackson Harper. Hey. Shout out to Chris Diaz rocking that Samoan werewolf shirt. Who else is in there? Nardo Wick. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is. Oh, he's from Jacksonville. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. EO Sky. Dude. EO Sky. Let's go. I'm so happy for her, man. You could play that song in a rave and I'd still be dancing. I still find it crazy what she did at like War Games, like jumping off that cage, off that trash can. Like that was a crazy moment. That was a crazy moment. I like she's one of my favorites just because like she has like that cool style of like that high. I if you guys notice a pattern, I kind of gravitate towards like a lot of like the smaller, like high fly wrestlers. She's one of them. EO, 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 EO. She was one of my favorites in NXT too. She had great matches in NXT. EO, 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 EO. Just seeing her, like, guys, wrestling just gives me goosebumps, man. Whenever I see these wrestlers, they just give me goosebumps. It's their star power. I feel it. I feel it. They're chanting, "You deserve it." She does, man. Mills says Bianca is my favorite though. She's too good. It's nuts. She is good, man. She's had like so many crazy moments, man. What's she gonna say about Rhea? Woo! After being screwed by Rhea Ripley, she got her get back. She got her title. I feel like it might be a triple threat though. Mills, this is for you, man. Your girl's coming out. Bianca Belair. Bianca just has that star power, man. I wish they would push her as much, like they would push Montez, her husband, as much as like they're pushing her, man. Because Montez has that charisma, like star power too. I sometimes question if like that's her actual hair. Like it's crazy long, man. And I like that she actually uses it as a weapon, like in the elimination chamber, how she just left that mark on Liv Morgan. It was crazy. I cringed when I saw that because it's just like, oh man. That was loud too, and it did not sound fake. Okay, let's go. I don't think Io is gonna be walking out WrestleMania as champion. I think they might give it to Belair. Let's go. Who's gonna be the heel though? You can't have a face be a face and face. Somebody has to be a heel in this. Stop instigating, Michael. Come on. Ooh, that's right. It's gonna be a triple threat. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Rio's pissed. She pissed. She's salty. You only have yourself to blame, Rhea. Ooh. She's gonna heal. She's gonna be the heel. She's gonna be the heel. It's in the past now. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. At least she got friends. At least she got friends. What does Rhea have? Nobody. Rhea Ripley. She's salty, man. She gonna heal. She gonna heal. She gonna be healed. Oh, it's going. Oh. Ooh, let them fight. Let them. Oh. They both put her hands on Io. You forgot that's the champion. Oh. Oh, she slapped both of them. That's right, Io. You tell them who you are. Tell them you're the champion. You both can get it too. She's just, that's right. You go, Io. You don't gotta tolerate this. They're fighting over you. That's right. That's right. I thought there was gonna be more to this. I thought they were gonna like make an announcement, but you know how WWE be. They like to milk, moments like this, like, oh, like it's gonna happen probably in 2 weeks or something like that. Man, I'm excited for that. They're gonna have that moment. We're gonna see heel John Cena next Monday, so tune in for that. Ludwig Kaiser in Brussels in Belgium versus Penta. Penta and Ludwig Kaiser. Austin Theory versus Jay Uso. I feel like Ludwig Kaiser might go over just because it is in Belgium and it's like, close to Germany. He has that, European support. Ivy Nile versus Dakota Kai. I thought Dakota Kai was going to win that IC title. I was rooting for her. Let's go. I don't think Finn Balor is going to win it. As much as I want to root for Finn Balor, I just, again, he does not have that credibility anymore. He needs to go back to be the demon, wear that face paint, and win. Because right now, Finn Balor in the Judgment Day ain't doing it. All right. Now it's time for the main event. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. I'm rooting for CM Punk just because I'm mad at Seth Rollins for this. You know what? Seth Rollins doesn't deserve my presence. I'm going to, call a bathroom break. And yeah, I'll be back. And we are back. Seth Rollins is still wearing his gear from Elimination Chamber. I gotta get me some of those trading cards, man. Those trading cards that they be doing. I've never really been into like card collecting, but now that they have like WWE ones, or I mean, they always have. I remember when I was a kid, like some of the cards that I would have. I remember I had this one John Cena card, like from like 2007 when he came back from the Rumble. That whole orange and black gear. I remember I had a Kurt Angle card, a Triple H card, and a Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid card. But like I don't have them anymore. I forgot like how I got them. I think I got them like at a swap meet or something. I don't know if they were like legit, but I remember I had like those cards, but again, they're like kind of probably lost or something. I think now if I was to get a card, I would probably want that Cena, like a Cena card, an AJ Styles card, an LA Knight card, a Roman card. maybe a Jeff Hardy card if they ever come out with one. Sting, dude, Sting, like the way that they retired Sting was chef's kiss, man. The fact that they paired him up with Darby Allin in AEW was so genius. I feel like Darby Allin needed somebody like Sting just because he was always tiny. He needed like an enforcer around him just because like Darby Allin, with him being small and all, he was going to take like the bumps. He was like a Rey Mysterio where like he was good at being the underdog. And then when they paired him up with Sting, I thought like the fact that they had like face paint together, like they just meshed so well. I love that run. I love like the fact that what they did with Sting, like they literally protected that guy. And for the fact that that guy was like also like, diving off of stuff like in his 50s, man, like that's crazy, dude. Like kudos to Sting, man. The fact that he literally gave his whole entire like life to professional wrestling like that, giving us so like crazy iconic moments. I do think that with Sting, they dropped the ball not giving us that match with Undertaker versus Sting. The fact that they had him in the same company at the same time, like the dream match was there. The dream match was there, and they didn't give it to us. So, and they had him lose, man. They had him lose to Triple H, which I feel like was probably not the right way to go from where the storyline was going. I felt like Sting lost because Vince had a grudge with, Sting for being like, a non WWE lifer. Um, but I don't know, man. I'm also pissed that like how they treated Kurt Angle. Even Kurt Angle was disappointed. The fact that like they didn't let John Cena retire him. Like he genuinely wanted Cena to retire him, but he couldn't because of like schedule changes, like because Cena was doing Hollywood movies at the time. But like, I don't know, man. I'm just Vince really fucked up a lot of bookings, man. I'm glad we're living in this era because at least they're giving us like good, they're making wrestling very interesting. The booking is questionable, but like all things, nothing's perfect, but wrestling's getting good. It's different. It's hot. They're adding all these different elements to it. It's like it's in a renaissance period right now. Like I've been saying, man, ever since Triple H has been having a little bit more influence, Stephanie Vacour is in the building. Let's go. She's the first ever South American champion. Julia's in the building. Let's go. I didn't even know Julia was Japanese, to be honest. I haven't watched like Japanese wrestling since like the Bullet Club, like since like AJ Styles was there or like the Young Bucks, like Cody was there. I kind of like stopped watching New Japan or like any of like the Japanese promotions. It's just, it's a different product. There's just too much wrestling, and everybody's chanting CM Punk. We want to see CM Punk get his get back from the chamber. Let's go, CM Punk. Look in my eyes. What do you see? CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. I know your dreams. Let's go, man. I want to see a match between him and The Rock again, too. I feel like him, Stone Cold Steve Austin might back up Cody at WrestleMania. I'm calling that. For sure Stone Cold, but I just have a feeling, man. My intuition, my wrestling fan intuition is just telling me CM Punk might help out Cody. CM Punk, CM Punk. Let's go. It's already on site. It's on site. You already know who we were rooting for. Ooh. Woo. It's already a crazy match. Roman's gonna come out. Roman's gonna come out. I have a feeling if Roman's gonna make a return, it's definitely to mess up Seth. But after what I learned with Randy's return, he might return after the match. Just maybe. Woo! He's like, give me more, give me more. Goosebumps, guys. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Oh, they're having a slap fest. Oh. 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 This match gonna be crazy. I know it. No, too early. It's too early. Too early. What's Reckless Rollins gonna do? Powerbomb! Ooh! I genuinely want to know, how do like wrestlers recover after like brutal matches like steel cages, Hell in a Cell, ladder matches, tables matches? Like, how do they recover? Because wrestling, it's not fake. Because if it was fake, it means that nobody would get hurt. But like when they do these predetermined matches, like how do they recover? Like, because it's unnatural for the human body to like be, used to like falling down. I know that they do it a lot to the point where they probably get numb to it. But I mean, with the like them constantly being on the road and traveling a lot, I'm generally curious, like, how do they recover, man? Or like just wrestle with like pre-existing injuries? Like, I saw that Penta had like a, like he trains with like a torn bicep or something like that. Like he's never been the same ever since. Like you just hear these common things, like just wrestlers, they work through injuries. And I'm just like, dude, like, how do they do it? I know with, back in the days, they would use, a lot of drugs, like Kurt Angle, prime example. You'd be like on Percocets and stuff like that. That's why they call him Perk Angle. Which like was incredible. Like if you guys ever search up Perk Angle, the things that this dude would do, like just seeing him jump off of like a 20, what was that, a 20, 30-foot cage, just a moonsault, like just diving onto abyss, like from the stage. Like, dude, this guy was on one. That guy was just on the bean and just like crazy. Kurt Angle was my favorite, like one of my favorite like wrestlers to watch. Just like his matches with John Cena, like his whole program with John Cena. If there's anybody to take on heel John Cena, it's Kurt Angle or the Hurricane. His matches with John Cena, his matches with Chris Benoit too, Eddie Guerrero, Batista. Just man, that just the SmackDown 6, man. Just what a time. His matches in TNA with AJ Styles, Sting as well, Bobby Roode. So many matches, man. Samoa Joe. Kurt Angle was just a man in TNA, man. It's like him and Styles are like Styles was like the heart and soul of TNA, you know what I mean? Because he was always been there. But man, like that time period where like Kurt Angle, like, you know, he kind of disappeared from WWE, and, you know, they said that they were going to give him time off, or like his contract expired. And Vince actually thought that, you know, Angle was going to, you know, come back to WWE, but he actually went to TNA. And I think, like, honestly, sometimes, like, even though WWE is like the biggest platform where, you know, wrestlers can be at, you know, financially wise, I think sometimes like wrestlers need to like take that time off from like the big stage, and kind of like, you know, in times where they need to reinvent themselves. I mean, we kind of saw that with you know, with AJ Styles too, when he went to New Japan away from TNA, and you know, Kurt Angle. So oh, oh, that has hurt. That's hurt. Ugh. Ramming his head into the steel cage. Ugh. I also like it too that with this new era of like of wrestling, they're also adding like FPV drones and stuff like that too. That's what I noticed attending it live on the first night in LA, is like so many drones were like flying around the building, which I thought was cool. Seth Rollins is a 93 and CM Punk is a 92. That's interesting. I thought they were going to be about the same, but I'm kind of wondering why they put Rollins at a higher overall. It's probably because he was champion. Punk is just tired, man. He's like, man, I can barely move. Why are they blocking out whenever they cuss, or like whenever they flip somebody off? It's Netflix, man. Come on. Oh! My voice cracked on that one. Sorry. My voice is just hella dry right now. CM Punk. He just hit a GTS right now. Oh man. It's these kind of matches that like I would want to be there in person with, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's a gimmick match, it's a crazy match, it's like some sort of like, you know, there's like sometimes there's weapons involved, like it's just a different match. It's like more brutal, you know? Oh, knee to the face. Oh, cheese grater. Kick his ass, Punk. Oh, knee to the back, sandwiched into the cage. He's like, he opens the cage. He flips them off too. Why do they block the screens, man? It's Netflix. Why? Whenever the crowds like chant holy shit, or they do like some sort of like cuss word, they always like block it out or like they mute it or they like block off like somebody flipping somebody else off. Like, dude, it's Netflix. Why are they? I get it. There's kids, but still, you know, it just makes no sense. Oh, oh, elbow drop. Ooh, yeah. CM Punk. You going? Oh! Another elbow drop. This time they didn't block out the middle fingers. The crowd is chanting one more time. Another elbow drop. Seth kind of deserves it. Give him a spear or two for Roman. Oh! That's not going to be it. Man, this is an intense match. Oh. Going to the top. Going to the top. Oh, don't tell me he's going to do an elbow drop. Wait. Wait. Wait a minute. No. Oh, what? Dude. I'm a little worried. If they fall, I hope Punk doesn't get injured. They're fighting on top of the cage. 25, 35 feet. Oh, getting up the face. Oh, oh. It must be so scary to be up there, man. Just like when you do those kind of spots, like you just try not to fall. Oh. Suplex. He's going to do a suplex. Oh. No. Woo. He's alive. Dude. Oh, dude. For Punk being an older guy and like still taking something like that, that's crazy. I worry it's like seeing CM Punk and spots like that just because he's like very injury prone. And that's just over time, you know what I mean? But dude. Shout out to CM Punk, man. This is why I'm a fan, you know what I mean? Because he's the things these people do for our entertainment. Fuck him up, Punk! I still think Roman's going to come out somehow. Oh, he's going for the GTS. Pedigree? No, no. He counters. He counters. Oh, GTS. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he kicked out. Ah. That's the second one we've seen. That's the second one he's hit, and he still doesn't go down. He's pointing at that WrestleMania sign, guys. He wants another go to sleep. Oh, he counters. He counters. What? Cena's move? No. No. Insult to injury. Salt to the wound. Dude. Oh. You're not as strong as Cena says. Come on. Let's go. Anaconda base. Anaconda base. Anaconda base. Oh. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Oh, he's catching the eyes. Oh. Curb stop. Oh, no. Out of spite, I don't want to see Seth win. I don't want to see him win. 1, 2. He's still in it. Let's go. Mm-mm. Not my boy. CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. Oh, man. Seth should just turn heel, man, because like I hate his guts as a Punk fan. I think Seth is a better heel than he is a face. But that's just me. Oh! GTS! GTS! He's gonna win! He's gonna win! 1, 2. Oh, another kick out! What's the point of a finisher if you don't finish him? Why are these wrestlers always kicking out at 2? That's the third GTS. That's the third go to sleep he's hit. What is it going to take, man? Roman, wherever you are, just come out. Help Punk, please. Oh, he gives him a curb stop. One, two. Dude, that's like the 4th pin attempt. He's done. Punk is opening up the cage. He's walking out the cage. He's not going to win it like that. Oh, man, those words. Oh! Shining Wizard! Go to sleep. Go to sleep. What? Oh! Oh, go to sleep! No! Crab stomp! No! Seth, no! Dude! Woo! Woo! He's still in! He's still in! Let's go! That's why he's a GOAT! That's why he's a GOAT! Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Punk could barely move, man. Oh, Seth's going to the top rope. People are chanting OTC. Oh, he went with a super stomp off the top rope. Please don't let Seth win. Let the OTC come out. Let the OTC come out. OTC! 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 The crowd is chanting. The crowd is chanting. The OTC's here. He has to be here. Let's go. Let's go. Buddy costed Punk the match. Oh! No! I wanted Punk to win. No! Superman punch. I told you they're going to do a triple threat. They're building it up to it. Ooh! Wow, let's go. Spear. Dude. The OTC. The tribal chief. The tribal chief. Rollins, you had this coming to you, man. You fuck with the tribal chief. You fuck with CM Punk. I'm loving this, man. Oh! Oh, he just hit him with his finisher. Payback's a bitch, bro. Fuck Seth Rollins. That's payback, Seth. That's payback. Dude. Oh. Oh. He's going to curb stomp him on the stairs? No way, dude. Oh, they stop him. Dude, I know it's part of the show, but it's just like, man. Why is Roman staring at? Is he staring at? Wait. What? Why is Paul Heyman with Punk? Dude, Roman just looked like he just got cheated on. Dude. Oh. Oh. What? Spear. Spear. Ooh. Ah. Paul Heyman's like, no, my travel. OTC. Dude, they're building off this triple threat at Mania. That's exactly what they're doing. Roman got to be mad at Paul Heyman. He's like, nah, that's my wise man. I'm happy. I'm happy. Roman came out. I thought Punk was going to win the match. It was a solid. I give this Raw, you know what? I give it a solid 7. I give it a solid 7. It was pretty entertaining. I thought, we were actually going to see like some sort of like match between AJ Styles and Logan Paul, but we didn't get that. We got, it was a lot more, building up to just like the next show that they're going to be doing like in Belgium and stuff like that. The tag team match with Ray and the New Day was okay. I mean, it was good. It was entertaining. But like that table spot, I was like, dude, like they barely clipped that table. That's a botch right there. But this main event, like, man, I was hoping the OTC was gonna come out, and he did. I'm like so invested into this, just like everything right now with like their story right now. Man, they're building to this triple threat. It's gonna be good. This triple, threat match. This, people complain about it, but I mean, I feel like, we get to see more wrestlers wrestle in that match. So I feel like this was a good match, guys. Let me know, what do you guys think about, this whole Monday Night Raw? What do you guys think about, the OTC being, in the mix between Seth and Punk? What do you guys think? What do you guys think Paul Heyman's favor from Punk is? So I think there's like a lot of speculation on what CM Punk's what Paul Heyman's favor to Punk is. I think the favor from Paul Heyman has to be something that has to do with like getting Punk to the main event, whatever that looks like. Maybe he could pull some strings in the back. Maybe it's like costing some sort of opportunity. I feel like we're probably going to be seeing in the near future. I'm predicting. I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm just predicting, given Paul Heyman's track record. If he betrayed Brock Lesnar, for Roman, if he betrayed Brock Lesnar in the past, like 2 times, he's for sure going to, betray Roman at some point for Punk. I feel like that might happen. Maybe like Roman could be in the title match and he costs, Roman that. I think it's something to do with the main event. If it's not this year, it's next year for sure. Or like some sort of opportunity, like Money in the Bank, maybe. I could be wrong, but I think that's exactly what it is. It has to do something with the main event. That's what I think that favor is, but we'll see, But yeah, guys, we've been streaming for over 2 hours and 30 minutes. What a night. What a Monday night. Again, I give this one a solid 7. I just wish we saw that AJ Styles match, because AJ Styles is my guy. I wanted to see, Logan Paul get his ass kicked, but, that's neither here or there. They added Andrew Schultz, which I thought was interesting. It was kind of random. Was not expecting that, but they brought him out. I thought Akash was going to be there. Maybe he's doing, like I said, some other comedy thing. But yeah, guys, that's the stream. This was Monday night, and we'll be doing more. So stay tuned for the next one.